Okay, let's try this again. This is take 2. This is my latest journal. I'm trying it without a tripod this time. All by myself, so we'll see what happens. Alright, this one I'm calling Beautiful Ladies and Butterflies, if I remember right. I got the image from an old card at a yard sale. The closure is an eyelet, one eyelet, and I just wrapped the ribbon around and added a couple of buttons on a bolt pin and sewed the back so it wouldn't fray. And there's lace on the spine. Okay, it wraps around a couple times and hooks in the back. Okay, here we go. Wraps twice. Okay, there we go. The first page we have a library pocket with a Tsunami Rose library card. I've done very little stamping in this book. Here's a page from a poetry book. And it's also a tuck spot there with some lace. Next page, we have, we have a altered paper clip and a postcard that is just lined with, well, I'll show you, just lined with drawing paper for journaling. Then we have a map page. Here we have a paper bag. I'll know what it is just a second. With a tag. And an envelope, which I made out of vintage old music paper, but it started to rip. So I taped the whole thing up with washi tape. It's holding really well. And then on the inside, we have, so you get it, a Prima card. Oh, did you notice it? Isn't that a beautiful bruise? I got a steroid shot the other day. This is nothing. You should have seen it yesterday. It was very purple. Okay, as we were saying. Also in the paper bag, we got a journaling card. And we have a couple of tag pages, and hopefully I'm in frame. There's some die punches that I got in a punch swap over on Hybrid Creative Arts. It's a journal card with an index card, tea-dyed in the back. And a couple of tags with the drawing paper on the back. This is a double corner tuck, and I learned how to do that from Lori, Girl on the Ridge. Yeah, she's the one that came up with that idea. And that's a beautiful idea. Thank you, Lori, for sharing that. Here's the composition notebook paper, tea-dyed. There's beautiful pattern paper in this. Okay, here I've put a greeting card, and I had some leftover embossed paper from a Valentine project I was doing, and some Valentine paper, so I added it in here because you can't really throw away embossed paper, even if it's just a little piece like this, because that is so pretty. And behind it, we have a journal card and a vintage book page that I just love that image. And then I added the ribbon flower. Oh. And it says on the back, "It is the good way we feel when we talk to someone and they want to listen and don't tell us to go away and be quiet." I like that. Here's some vintage parchment paper and just a couple of flower stickers on there. Note paper. Here I put a Prima card for the pocket for this tag with my grape stamp and some pretty ribbon. Tag page. Just a little stamping throughout. Here we have a flip out. This is, if I can get it, it is a postcard. You can journal on. And a Hermelinda tag. It's been tea stained. There and there. Lined paper. Here's the center of the book. I've made it into a pocket, but as you can see from the paper clips, you take the paper clips off, the whole thing comes open. So it's faith, hope, and love, and you can journal on everything. Here's a innkeeper dress form, and I wanted to have papers from the stack I was using to match. So I used her dress form and traced around it and made my own dress that matches the book. And then I backed it onto some heavy cardstock. In the pocket, we have another vintage poetry page. Line paper. This page, we have another flip out. Another postcard, and a recipe card. Tag pages. Here's a belly band I made. This is a beautiful crocheted flower from Sonia in Serbia. And I added some little lace trim. And then there are 2 pages of lined paper for journaling. Note paper. Let's keep it in frame. Other half of that parchment paper with some more flower stickers. Here's another flip out with a homemade card this time, I guess. Heart shape that I cut out. Hard to see in this light, but I really did faux stitch all the way around. And then on the inside we have a vine sticker and a couple of little teeny ladybugs. And behind it, we have a vintage postcard from 1959. And this is the packaging, part of the packaging, that my flat back pearls came in. Flat back pearls, that. And I thought it was really pretty. And hey, instant journal card. Pretty cool. Composition paper. Another double corner tuck. Another dress tag. And 2 tiny little tags. You can put dates on those. Set them wherever you want. Oops, in the journal. 2 tag pages. This is a fortune I got in a fortune cookie. The person closest to you is more important than you realize. The other half of the bag, I glued a telegram on there and left the back open for this heart shape. You can see the faux stitching better there. I just got so many colors of cardstock from a lady that was selling her stash of scrapbooking supplies online that there's so much. So if you see a lot of hearts in future journals, that is why. trying to figure out ways to use all of this cardstock. Can write on here. I've tied all of them in, reinforced all the holes, and just added some random pages of tea-dyed paper. So you can journal on that. Can you see my hand shaking? Don't know why these things make me so nervous. Okay, matte paper. Here's another altered paper clip, leaf, and little bling, floral. Put a picture on there, a quote, just backed with some drawing paper. Make it a little more sturdy. Here we have an envelope that I got at an estate sale. The envelope was already made. I added the decoupage napkin onto it. I added a little half circle punch so it's a little easier to get into it. And I added my stamp of a stamp because it looks cool and it's an envelope. And then inside I have 2 postcards. Probably wigging you out, aren't I? 2 postcards from North Carolina. Very old. Stamped. Isn't that cool? And then also in the back, you have some more lace that you can tuck things into. And then I've left the back open, the envelope,